I'm still furious from a couple weeks ago with what happened with the motherfucking Packers. And I can't believe McCarthy is coming back. His head should already be on a spike in front of AT&T. It should have been by halftime. And they should just put Dak on the bench for the entire year until they can trade him. Because fuck that guy. He is pathetic. And it's just one thing after another. It's always fucking like this. And there's nothing worse than being a millennial Cowboys fan. Because when I was, let's see, that one of the very first games I remember watching was the playoffs going into the 93-94 season. And I was pretty little. And I remember some Cowboys Super Bowl wins, but I was very little. And since then, it's just been a bunch of just shit the whole time. And Jerry Jones isn't serious. He doesn't want a serious team, apparently, or a serious organization. He just wants to sell shit and win 12 games a year and then just shit the bed. So until he's gone, like removed from the earth, I just don't see them actually making it. Detroit's there. Come on. All right.
Detroit. That's why I got my One Pride Detroit Lions shirt right here. Let's
That's
see.
it on my rant. Sign Micah and CD, and everyone else is expendable. Like that's it.
You heard it first, Mr. Brown himself.
Yeah. All right.
Did you hear any of Skip Bayless's rant?
No, I will never seek that guy out. He's just such a fraud and such a fake at all times. And him and Stephen A. I'm just never gonna listen to those guys.
Where do you think it ranks among like disappointing losses? Because I saw some
Um,
Cowboys fan that said it was like right up there, like
it's
with number
it is
one.
probably the worst because there's been some like bad end of season losses, and that's been like Romo doing his absolute best with like Doug Free always fucking it up for him or something.
Doug
And
Free.
or
Bro.
just like complete inept coaching. And he was just like so good, but never had it all around him. And then like the Dez catch, which is just like still stupid. There's some pretty bad losses, but this one is so embarrassing. Just they should have destroyed that team. And they weren't prepared at all, like at all. Either side of the ball, no one had any fire. Dak, like, there's no video of him like actually saying like, "All right, guys, the defense isn't going to do it for us. We gotta go out and do." There, he's just like, he's just got saucer eyes. He's just like completely shocked that like a team showed up to play, and they're just the defense had it's just playing zone for no reason against not a terribly gifted offense, and they should have been pressing right up on him and causing as much havoc as possible. And then they'll just leave a guy wide open in the middle of the field with nobody around him. I wish I was exaggerating. So one stupid thing after another. And until McCarthy's gone, I feel like that's just all it's going to be because just not really all that serious either.
It looks like they're going to be losing Dan Quinn.
I haven't heard anything if you have heard stuff, but I know he's getting interviewed for head coaching jobs. But man, that was a not a great last,
Yeah.
film to put out there. I'm not prepared for the big games yet again. So
I was reluctant to even bring up the Cowboys. I didn't want to add any insult to injury. I didn't want to make it a joke, but it was kind of ironic, like 2 weeks ago or so when you were missing following the Cowboys loss, and then this past week we're missing Hefe following the Ravens
yeah,
loss.
yeah, bummer for the Texans. They've had quite the ride and they have earned their spot, as an AFC contender. So I think they're going to just be just as good next year, if not a little bit better. Just
Absolutely.
got to keep developing and stay healthy. Anyway, you have anything you'd like to say about the Eagles? You don't have to.
I mean, I picked the Buccaneers to win. They
Yeah.
won. It's what's sad about this whole season too is that even after this past 6, 7 weeks of misery, we still don't know what the problem is. So
For real.
we're keeping Nick Sirianni. I'm kind of on the fence with that, but it's going to be interesting now because we're going to be hiring two new coordinators again in back-to-back years. Obviously, last year was due to promotion, but this year underperforming. Yeah, DC's gone. Patricia is most likely to follow wherever Belichick goes, if that's
Okay.
Atlanta. And then our OC, who was originally our quarterbacks coach, is like friend of Jalen's as a child. He's likely gone. So they're just seeking some help. It looks like it's some veteran help. I know you sent that. I texted Ron Rivera. I'm
Yeah,
kind of like about it. Like, it probably be an upgrade, but it just it's not super inspiring to me.
yeah, it's just the same old, same old. It's not like he has a system that's been proven or anything over the past few years.
Yeah, or if
Outside of
it
that.
was like in 10 years ago with the Chargers or something like that.
Well, it was that year with the Panthers
Yeah.
where
Oh yeah,
they,
that with Keith
yeah,
Lee
that
and
really
yeah.
that's it. And with McCarthy, it's just that 1 year with the Packers they won. There's a lot of mediocrity and really terrible playoff losses.
But just everybody, yeah, everything across the board. Just need to play better, better coaching, better buy-in from all the players.
Sirianni might not be the problem. It could have just been the wheels fell off and it was one too many injuries or just one too many complacent plays. And once you kind of just lose focus and it's easy just to get down on each other, you'll just play to every opponent that you play. Doesn't matter how good or terrible they are, you're going to just play exactly to that standard. And it's tough to break out of that, especially when it's the end of the season and you've had all these high hopes. And it was I mean, there was easily Eagles' favorite tickets bought all over the place to win Super Bowl.
Yeah, and Jalen Hurts did regress. I mean, the numbers are there, but if you watch him, you could tell he did regress. And one last thing, I forgot to mention, Jason Kelsey possibly retiring.
I heard he did.
I thought he did, but apparently he kind of put his foot down and said it's not completely a thing like just yet.
So
Get,
he's gonna go to the
get
Chiefs too. What's his
yeah,
contract like? Do you know?
it's year to year.
Oh,
So
okay.
I think it is expiring, but like yeah, I think it really depends on this off season. It probably is more than likely he's probably 75% he retires, but maybe if you don't know if something happens, if he feels good physically and everything, then there's a chance, I'd say.
Well,
Outside
we will
chance.
be on the lookout for first coach fired lines as soon as those are published. See what Sirianni and McCarthy are looking like. Some of the other iffies that are going to be going into next year.